The Sorcerer is a living source of arcane power, and the Paladin is a holy champion infused with divine energy.
But with their powers combined, they become the mighty Shadow Nova, a holy warrior suffused with dark shadow magic that imparts them with incredible magical powers capable of leveling battlefields, striking down the greatest foes, and parlaying with monarchs and deities.
Today we will look at what is commonly called the Sorcadin, build one together, step by step, and present you with a wickedly cool and powerful character that you can bring to any D&D 5e table for Tier 1, Tier 2, or even beyond. My name is Dr. DM.
And I'm the Mind Flayer Slayer, and we are the Beholder Bros. Multiclassing is a powerful tool for character optimization. While individual classes work quite well on their own, sometimes exploring multiple classes can add some powerful new options to a character while also allowing you to explore interesting backstories and ideas.
However, multiclassing is also complicated. Building a character already involves a large number of complicated decisions, and adding multiclassing to the mix can make the progress intimidating, especially for new players.
But if you overcome this hurdle, multiclassing has three huge boons. The first is to make a character better at their core competency, the second is to add versatility, and the third is to bring a unique character idea to life.
Despite this, there are some banes as well. Casters with multiple classes may have versatility, but will sacrifice higher level spells. You can also delay your ASI, attribute score improvement, and feat selection, which can add more to a character than some class features. Especially for a Tier 1 or Tier 2 character, you really have to learn to balance your level progression.
So today, we're going to help you overcome this and achieve all of your multi-class dreams.
So, why are we going with Dark Nova Sorcadin today, Mr. Mind Flayer Slayer?
Well, Dr. DM, Sorcadin is a powerful multi-class. It has incredible action economy, durability, and it is capable of some out-of-this-world Nova damage. This is possibly one of the best characters you can build and will likely vastly outperform any single-class characters, especially at low to mid levels.
Dipping Sorcerer gives some spells full charisma-based casting and meta magic. The full casting provides extra slots to Divine Smite with, of course, and the meta magic provides that sweet action economy. For instance, quickening a spell and backing it up with the attack action is very powerful.
Indeed, for example, you can quicken or twin Booming Blade and then attach Divine Smite on top of that for as needed in-demand power. Another popular trick involves quickening Hold Person! Plus adding in your automatic criticals.
It is very powerful offensively, but the Sorcadin is also quite hard to kill with its boost to saving throws, heavy armor, and shield spell. Not to mention the ability to quicken cure wounds on yourself if needed.
In games with a few fights per long rest, this build far surpasses single-class builds. With frequent encounters, it's slightly more balanced.
So when building a Sorcadin, we recommend taking Paladin at least to level 2, and then mixing in with Sorcerer levels to meet your personal tastes or needs. Our recommendation will be to take the first level as Paladin.
Paladins have the power to heal the sick and the injured, to smite the wicked and the undead, and to protect the innocent and those who join them in the fight for justice. They're one of the most durable, survivable, and self-sufficient classes in the game, starting with their heavy armor, lay on hands, and a hardy pool of hit points. As such, they make excellent solo characters and wonderful additions to nearly any party regardless of existing capabilities.
In a party, they serve as a defender, a striker, and even the face. They do have some healing and utility options, but not enough to replace a full spellcaster in most parties, though multiclassing will allay that somewhat. Your choice of subclass will influence which of these roles your character emphasizes, though typically it's just a sliding scale between striker and defender.
Our build will progress to Sorcerer after taking those first two levels of Paladin. Sorcerers have no use for silly spellbooks or relying on some patron to grant them their spells like Warlocks do. Instead, they harness the power they channel from their own innate inborn magic, with new and staggering ways of unleashing their destruction on enemies.
The Sorcerer's spell list allows them to serve as a blaster, controller, striker, and utility caster, and Sorcerers make one of the easiest faces in the game due to their skill list, spells, and their dependence on charisma. The Sorcerer's versatility comes from their ability to boost their spells using metamagic, shaping them to suit the needs of the moment.
Eventually, we'll take a bit of a darker twist with our character, taking the shadow magic bloodline. Even in areas of bright light, the magical darkness rules will give you a massive tactical advantage, along with death resistance and the sheer power of Hound of the Ill Omen, which gives foes disadvantage against your spells.
To complete this dark side transformation, we'll finish up with the Oath of Conquest, which calls Paladin to seek glory in battle and the subjugation of their enemies. You can use your channel divinity to cause fear, gain +10 to attack rolls, and extra temporary hit points from the Warlock Armor of Agathis spell.
Now we'll go through the building process together and give you a template to take your character up to level 9 with Paladin level 3 and Sorcerer level 6.
You can follow our workflow in any character builder, including Aurora, D&D Beyond, or even pencil and paper, whatever is easiest for you. Are you ready?
I think I am.
Here we go. Okay, so we've selected our character name, Rock Bun Muffins.
Yes, Rockabun Muffins. That was my choice.
The perfect Dark Nova Sorcadin character.
He strikes fear in the hearts of
Every Rock
all.
Bun Muffins. All right, so level 1, point by, of course. And here we go. We're into the fun stuff. Rock Bun Muffins has been created in your world of Dungeons and Dragons. So we're going to choose a Dragonborn.
Yes, we are.
And we're going to go ahead and go with the Draken Blood here. And we're using Tasha's. I recommend you use Tasha's, as you can choose and put your stats wherever you want and put your skills and proficiencies wherever you want.
It gives you so much more just options. Like you're no longer locked into a specific race if you want to play the most maxed out build. We really like it, and I think it makes sense. Not every Goliath has to be strong, or every...
Right, they can be a bookworm or well-read.
Yeah.
Lots of flexibility. So with Draken Blood, we chose this because, of course, we're going to get the +2 and +1 stats, some Dark Vision, which might be a little redundant, but the best part is this forceful presence. We're going with the strength and face here on this character. So you can actually, when you use Charisma or Intimidation, Persuasion, you do so at advantage once per day, only in a short rest. So get ready to impress everybody and do a ton of damage. So we're going with the Draken Blood here. And go with that shadowy character. So how about something like who would blend in a little bit? Blue, maybe?
No, let's do blue.
Let's go with blue. Yeah. And this gives us the possibility to do a lightning attack.
I'm
straight through. So 30-foot line, I think.
Yeah.
There we go. Yep.
For your breath weapon.
All right.
Great.
So moving on. We're going to go and, of course, select our first level, Paladin.
There's those extra hit points.
That's right. We have the
1d10 plus your Constitution modifier
to start, and it'll be 12 if you're going with the basic point buy system.
Yep.
Proficiency in all armor and shields, simple weapons and martial weapons, no tools.
Your saving throws are going to be Wisdom and Charisma, and you will be choosing 2 skills from Athletics, Insight, Intimidation, Medicine, Persuasion, and Religion.
Equipment. You get a martial weapon and a shield, or 2 martial weapons. I'm going to recommend you go with something big and beefy, like Great Sword or Great Axe. We're going to really focus on damage in that regard. You get some Javelins, Priest Pack, Explorer's Pack to preference, and Chainmail for heavy armor.
With your holy symbol.
All right, at level 1, we're going to get Divine Sense and Lay on Hands. Divine Sense would let us find undead within 60 feet and other fiends, even through walls, I believe. Lay on Hands at level 1, we're going to have 5 hit points of healing we can do to ourselves as well.
Which is great.
Okay, and then we'll get to the next levels as we come to them. So,
excellent. All
right, our background. So since we're going with a face build, right, we want to have Charisma, Intimidation, Persuasion, especially with that Draken Blood, the Dragonborn ability.
What about the veteran one? Isn't that the one you were talking about?
That's right. Somewhere here is a veteran.
I think it's a little farther down.
All right. There it is. Mercenary veteran.
Yeah.
So our fella Rock McDuffinbottoms or whatever, he's going to have...
Rock Bun Muffins.
Oh, he's right there. I'm sorry. Rock Bun Muffins. He's going to be a mercenary veteran. So he's already going to have that training to go kick some butt right away. And there we go. We're going to pass on these optional abilities, but we are going to choose these traits at random, mostly. So how about this? Rock has lost many friends, and now he's slow to make new ones. As a veteran, his brothers at arms have died.
Poor Rock.
That's right. So he...
I feel for him.
Yeah. He has a hard time reaching out.
Too.
Yeah. He's a hard time reaching out, but maybe you can make friends with Rock. So what about this other personality trait, Mind Flayer?
Let's see here.
Pick and choose one. Don't even think about it.
No, I'm full of inspiring and cautionary tales from my military experience, relevant to almost every combat situation. So, a little mansplaining in terms I know exactly what we're gonna do.
All right, here's my attack. Pincer attack.
This is the tactic.
All right, he's going to read Sun Tzu's Art of War right to your characters, players at the table. So wonderful, wonderful. But it could be really cool. Could be really cool. You have a lot to say tactically. Maybe it's very quiet otherwise. Okay, what's Rock Bun Muffin's ideal? I think his ideal would be might.
Yes.
Might. In life as in war, the stronger force wins. Oh, so he has a penchant for a little bit of evil, which just makes sense because he is. We're gonna go with the shadow route, right? The shadowy route with this. So he thinks that war is the way to win, right? And he's hard making friends, so maybe you can make him a little softer.
I was just gonna say those who fight beside me are worth dying for because
great.
then it's like if you make friends with Rock, he's going to be with you until the end.
That's right. Friends for life. You just die fighting on the battlefield together for honor. Okay. And then a flaw. So this is it. This is why he lost all his friends and he's too slow to make new ones because he made a terrible mistake in battle that cost many lives. And he would do anything to keep that mistake a secret. So he's going to harbor that within him. I
like that.
I think his whole adventure and career, maybe until the end, maybe until something happens or he has to relive that moment where he said, everybody attacked the left flank, but actually he didn't read the assessment report, right? And they were all coming from the right, so he caused his whole battalion to just be sliced in half.
Poor Rock.
Poor
He's
Rock.
really starting to feel real to me.
Yeah, he is. Even the bun muffins are just they're so real. Okay,
His
so
parents
this is
must have hated him.
That's why he became a mercenary veteran.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so that's it. There's a build, and as you see, just with the background, choosing your traits and ideals and bonds and flaws can make a very fun and unique character.
And feel free to not be stuck into any pre-written personality traits or flaws or ideals. You can obviously come up with those completely from your heart with your DM. But if you feel more comfortable using these little cheat sheets, then by all means, you can still build a really interesting character.
Yeah, as we've done. Great starting point. Rock, the tough dragonborn that will fight his enemies along with his teammates, but also has a terrible dark secret.
Yeah.
All right, so ability scores. Here we go. As Drakenblood and with Tasha's, you can put your scores wherever you want. We're going to go ahead and do strength because we will be using our cantrips as we talked about in the opening here with the booming blades and really putting that damage down with the smites. So strength is what we want. And then charisma is going to be our secondary.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that's what we're going to use to negotiate and also for spell casting for Sorcerer and Paladin too. So,
I'm a big fan.
All right, so we're going to start. And of course, using the typical point buy, your max ability score is 15.
Correct.
And
27 total points to be allocated amongst all of them.
Correct. And here we go. So ability score, we're going to go ahead and have a 17 strength, so 15 plus 2 from Drakenblood. We don't need dex. We're dumping that completely because we are going to be in heavy armor. And heavy armor is going to protect Rock not only from enemies and attacks, but also hurtful words.
Hurtful words.
And
he's got a soft side, Rock.
He's a little bit. Maybe he's evil, but not evil in the worst way. It's just evil in that how he gets.
He's just misunderstood.
He's misunderstood. Correct. Very nice. Mind Flayer said. We're going to dump intelligence and wisdom. He doesn't need those where he's going. And
not the brightest of the bunch.
And to charisma, we're going to get up to a 16 there. It's a +3 bonus.
Great.
Give us lots of bonuses for what we need. We have a few points left. We're going to take some constitution up to 14. So we have 0 ability points right now. We've made it perfectly.
Like a good spread to me.
Yeah. Extra 2 hit points per level and the con save. So here we go. This is a good starting build, I think, for Rock Bun Muffins. Mick Bun Muffins. Okay.
Just Bun Muffins, not Mick Bun Muffins.
Sorry, Mick Bun Muffins with his father. All right, so languages. All right, of course, everyone would probably want to speak Common.
Yeah, you want to take Common, and then this is another great place to chat with your DM. So obviously some DMs might not want you to speak some of the languages that will be riddled throughout your campaign for the mystery. But I always find like knowing the campaign setting going in, trying to find a way to logically make those languages that would fit into the setting be a part of my background is always useful because then you have that trick you can pull out of your sleeve if you're in need of doing some translating along your travels.
And for example, on that note, if you're going to the Underdark, you want to choose Undercommon. If you're going to be exploring the wilderness, maybe you want to choose Elvish or Sylvan. So I guess here, since we're going with the dark side a little bit. Oh, wait. Just going Draconic.
Draconic's work.
Yeah,
Great.
great. There we go. All right. And that's it. So next here, we have our skill proficiencies. And of course, you see here that we're going to have, with Tasha's, you can also customize skills. So, all right. And again, we're going full charisma here. We're going to have all the full gamut of charisma proficiencies. So intimidation. And what do you think here? Maybe a little bit of insight, or maybe ability to heal his comrades.
Ooh, I kind of like medicine, actually.
Medicine? We're doing it. So I think Rock would have learned as a mercenary veteran how to bandage his own wounds or bandage his friends' wounds, right? And then how about for a gaming set? What would he do on his off time?
Oh, Dragon Chess.
Dragon Chess.
Dragon Chess. The game of war.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's like shogi. Yeah, but for Faerun. So next. I think that's pretty much the basics here. Alignment. Now, you have complete customizability in your character, right? Even though one of our bonds or traits skewed towards evil, even though it was mostly to use fought and use might, I think we're still going to give him a, I don't think evil, but maybe lawful neutral? Okay, right? He follows the rule of
lawful
maybe
neutral.
Not.
I like that.
Maybe his law is war, right?
Yeah, and war is...
Yeah, war is hell.
Neutral.
Lawful neutral. It's happening. Okay.
Again, never don't feel locked in by alignment. We're not honestly huge fans of it ourselves, because we believe characters need to grow during their journeys. So we're regress, I guess, depending on what your experience is. But yeah, don't feel like you have to play a character. Just use it as a starting off point. That's our advice.
Yep. And deity is optional, your choice. So we're going to leave that blank for now. All right, and that's it. Level 1 is done. So we're going to go ahead and level them up to level 2, which point we are still taking Paladin levels, because level 2, we get the fun stuff. Level 2, we get Divine Smite.
Divine Smite!
Which will add 2d8 damage or 3d8 if it's a fiend or undead. Divine Smite is fantastic and attached to any of your attacks. As Mr. Mindflayer was saying, it's going to give you power on demand. And we also get fighting style and some spells. So fighting style, we're going to go ahead, since we mentioned to take the greatsword. Boom, great weapon fighting is going to be the thing here. Roll one or two, especially in the greatsword. You're rolling 2d6s. Get those 1s or 2s as high as possible.
Yeah, get them out of there.
All right, and then you could make your build here more defensive if you wanted to go with defense or other things, or take some spells for cleric as well. But for the sake of putting out big Nova damage, great weapon fighting is the way to go.
Yeah.
And Paladin. Yes, we do get some spells at level 2.
Yes, we do.
2 spell slots. And
Cure Wounds would be a good choice.
You think so? Okay, let's take some Cure Wounds.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, it's always, and we can quicken it later. And then maybe, since you will not be running skills. I was thinking Sorcerer for a moment, but yeah, we can choose 4 spells prepare here.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we'll also go ahead and do Shield of Faith.
Yes.
Which will give you, since you're not using a shield, because you're using a great sword here, Shield of Faith will give you the equivalent of a shield. It's a concentration though. So you can start off with Chainmail plus Shield, 18 AC at this level. All right. Well, Divine Smites, these other smites have some utility, but we're just going to stick with Divine Smite. What do you think?
I was going to say either Detect Magic or... No, Detect Magic.
All right, let's go Detect Magic here. Unless somebody else in your party has it.
Yeah, this is where you want to talk with your other party members. We believe, obviously, if you want to have a game where your backgrounds are completely separated, but if you're planning a party together and you want to try to diversify your skill sets so that everybody feels like they have an opportunity to shine, then by all means, do that.
And maybe Detect Magic is so Rock here doesn't feel like he's some kind of magical entity is going to show up on him. He wants the higher ground. He wants to do it. He wants to advantage in the battlefield. So Detect Magic might be a way to go. Another thing would be interesting, instead of Shield of Faith, if you want to be more party based, you could choose Bless. Instead of Shield of Faith, Bless might be your other concentration spell to give you the extra edge on combat for 1d4 to your attack rolls. Maybe since he is war based, we're going to go ahead maybe with Compel Duel.
I like it.
Compel a creature to duel as a bonus action. And then you become front and center, right? You take that battlefield control.
I like it.
With Compel Duel. So, and again, it changes whenever you want, whenever you feel like it's better for your particular
As you level up, you can always make some changes.
Bun muffins. All right, let's go here. And that's all for level 2 Paladin. So now we're going to go ahead and multiclass.
Yeah.
To
This is where my knowledge really comes into play.
Yep.
As the sorcerer.
Whoopsies. Did I? Wait, multiclass? Multiclass? Oh yeah, wait, sorry. Yeah. Yeah, because we have to choose a multiclass, of course. All right, now we're gonna go. This is our build, Sorcerer. And we meet the requirements, right? Because that's why we focused on strength and charisma. All right, so Sorcerer is gonna be
Locking that in.
level 3. What are we choosing here for our origin?
We are going with the shadow magic.
Ooh, shadow magic. Great. So Sorcerer, let's go back here for a moment. Look at some Sorcerer. Of course, we get nothing of level 1 proficiencies and everything. That's based on the first class you choose.
Yes, it is.
But our hit points are going to be, since it's level 2 here, it's going to be 4 plus con.
Correct.
For 3rd level. And then we're going to get no sorcery points yet, but they will be fundamental to our build. 4 cantrips, 2 spells known, and those are going to be at level 2.
Yes.
And I believe that's pretty much it for level 1. Spellcasting focus and ability. All right, let's go ahead and choose a sorcerer.
Great.
And shadow magic. But let's read a little bit about it for a moment. Shadow magic.
You are a creature of the shadows.
Aha. In level 1, we get dark vision. It's going to extend out to 120 feet. And when you're 3rd level in this class, not yet, but you'll learn darkness. Doesn't count against your spells. And if you spend 2 sorcery points, you will be able to see through that magical darkness.
Through the magical darkness.
And what does that do for you if you have...
So this is something that the warlocks can also do in a little bit of a different way with their invocations. What it allows you to do is you can cast darkness, wade into melee combat, impose disadvantage on all of the people who are attacking you, and also advantage on your attacks against them. So you have to be careful because this can really bite the rest of the party in the butt.
Make sure they're all ranged or they can also see that blind fighting or something like that.
For sure. But if you do that, you're going to be able to basically be undefeatable.
Oh, yeah.
Or
that's right.
at least that combat.
And that's what Rock Budmuffins want. He wants to win at war, right? And win in this combat. So you also get, and here's at 1st level, right? You get this Twilight State. When you reduce to 0 hit points, you make charisma saving throw, and boom, you're back to 1. So that's what
Which
we're
is insane getting that early on.
Yeah, and only on a long rest refreshes. Great. All right, and let's go to our level 1 spells, right?
Okay.
And we'll go to Sorcerer here.
This is exciting.
Fantastic. So I guess we gotta choose from here. Okay, fantastic. So again, we're gonna be focused on the Great Sword, right? And on doing that melee damage with those smites. And we're gonna be using a lot of these spell slots for smites. So I definitely would choose Booming Blade. Booming Blade can be twinned because it only affects 1 target.
Correct.
And it can which only costs 1 sorcery point, or also quickened. Right, so you'll be able to use your bonus action,
great.
Wonderfully. All right, what else do you think?
So I believe that having a good ranged cantrip is key. The best ranged cantrip in the game would probably be Eldritch Blast.
But we don't have that.
We don't have that. So if you want to go the cold route, there are some options there. Frostbite. Let's go with the classic Firebolt.
I think so too.
Come on.
Yeah. So now our blue Dragonborn can fire off a lightning breath attack or Firebolt. Yeah,
Diversifying that damage, that magical damage, is huge.
That's right. And at level 5, you'll be able to do 2d10, et cetera, with this. It scales with overall character level. And now you don't have to worry about throwing javelins, whatever. You have your Firebolt as your range. Oh, so Booming Blade. And then we're going to use your second cantrip here as Firebolt. Or do you want to do some utility here? Like something like message or to be able to talk, sort of a pseudo telepathy?
So this is another place where, again, you're going to want to talk with the rest of your group. You're going to talk with the other spellcasters in your group to see what utility you want to take. Minor Illusion is a great utility cantrip. It has so much ability.
And I think Rock wants that because he wants to distract. Here's some enemies, right? His enemy brigade is coming.
Yeah, sure.
He makes a sound over there in the woods. They get distracted, and he goes in there with darkness and divine smites all of them at the same time.
Yeah.
So, all right, how about that? Does that sound good?
So, you know what
One more
kind of
cantrip.
want to take?
Yeah.
Because I think it fits in with our shadow sorcery. I kind of want to take, let's see here. I think Mind Sliver is fascinating.
Very nice.
So this is going to let you drive a disorienting spike of psychic energy into the mind of one creature you can see within range. Doesn't have a ton of damage. I mean, it's 1d6 psychic damage. But it's going to make them subtract 1d4 from their next saving throw.
And that could be a hold person, for example.
Or a fireball in the future.
Oh, you read my mind. There's no other way to level a battlefield than fireball.
I like it.
All right, so we have our level 1 spells. We're going to go ahead. You don't need a lot of this, but shield, absolutely, right?
100%.
That is your reaction. You can use your reaction. Increase your AC by +5. You already had 18. That's 23.
It's going to make it really hard to hit you, especially at early levels.
Yeah. And what else do you think for level 1?
Okay, so we definitely have enough. We don't need mage armor, obviously. So absorb elements would be definitely a very strong option.
And let me tell you why I think it's probably the best option, because you have shield to stop those physical attacks and absorb elements to stop the magical attacks.
Yeah, I don't think necessarily any of these other ones are going to really put in that work that you need.
And especially because we'll be using most of our action economy to do Booming Blade, Twinning Booming Blade, and using melee attacks mostly. So there we go.
And you're making some sacrifices we're going to be taking, 3 levels of Paladin and 6 levels of Sorcerer, so you will be sacrificing some hit points. So adding in those extra spells that can beef up your AC and your resistances is good.
Now, did you mention that? We just hit level 3, so let's take a look at our character sheet. All right. And here we go. Here's the main abilities. Oh, we have no armor or anything yet, so let's go ahead and do that. Reminds me. Here's some of we have athletics, intimidation, medicine, persuasion, a good amount of abilities, our breath weapon.
It's a really versatile character.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So let's just throw in some equipment. And I think just basic things. You'll start getting some magic items and so forth, but a good starting thing, and we'll just do the greatsword. Where are you, my lovely greatsword that I love so much?
Oh.
Where? You see it?
Up.
Where? Oh, alphabetical order. That's important. Yeah. Okay. Greatsword for that 2d6 damage. And then, of course, our armor. And we start with the chainmail, which you don't need any dex for this. So there it is.
Yeah,
the chainmail.
fantastic.
So let's go back to our character sheet. Refresh that. And there we go, 16 AC, and everything's here. So
fantastic.
Wonderful. Back to the build. We need to level up now. And we're going to keep taking Sorcerer until level 6. And we get one more. We get one more level 1 spell. Okay. What do you think we should do here?
Let's see here. Expeditious.
False Life can be interesting. We can beef up our. It's not concentration or anything. We just get an extra 1d4 plus.
I'm not a big fan
of
False Life, to be honest. I think for a level, it's too much cost. Charm Person. Well, you're going to be using Intimidation more.
No. I think a Charm Person is a good idea though for role playing.
Charm Person is definitely. We have Detect Magic. Wait, let me just go down. Let me just double check here. Yeah, I think that or Thunder Wave, maybe? No.
Okay.
No, yeah, I think Charm Person is the way to go.
I think Charm Person's a good...
Yeah, I think that's a good one.
A good role playing, since we already have other ones. Otherwise, I'd take maybe False Life if you want to shore up your hit points.
Yeah.
1 hour, but we're going to go Charm Person here.
Great.
We're almost there. So, 3rd level of Sorcerer. And so mostly going to be spell selection here. You're getting your hit points, and now so here we go. Meta Magic. We're going to want here, I think, Quickened and Twin, really, because we focus on...
Quickened and Twin.
Yeah, Quickened and Twin. Very versatile. And again, we'll be quickening and twinning, right? Our cantrips, which will be Booming Blade. So you want to be using your bonus action and your main action to attack twice a round with Quicken and Booming. 2 melee attacks per round with those. Great. And now we have some spell selections. I think, do we have access to level 2 spells now? We do, yes. We have a first level 2.
Okay.
Lots of possibilities here.
I have some opinions about this, just given flavor. You know what I mean? There are some great options, but I think flavor-wise, we got to think flavor. So, for example, I think giving web is really interesting because you can, shoot your enemies against a wall, and then you can inflict AoE effects on them later, or you can just go up and slash the hell out of them.
Fantastic. We'll go with web.
I think it's spooky.
And you can also quicken it, and I guess we're going to go with the spooky shadow sorcerer. It's going to be web. Web other options maybe we'll get to. I think we obviously get more magic slots. Again, you'll be using a lot of these spell slots for Divine Smite, so maybe you don't have to worry about it too much.
Yeah. So you're going to want to focus on utility.
All right. So now level 4. next we have some. Finally, get to choose ASI or feat. Now, hear me out here.
Yeah.
I'm going to choose feat, and I'll tell you why.
Interesting.
Remember, we have a 17 strength right now, right?
This is true.
So I recommend, since we're going to be wading into battle, right? Just go ahead and taking heavy armor mastery. We get to increase our strength score by 1, taking us up to 18, and we're wearing heavy armor, which we are. When we get hit by bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing, we take all that damage down by 3. So even though our hit points are more limited by taking some sorcery levels.
Yeah, I think that's a great choice.
Yep, we're going with
character.
heavy armor mastery. Go with a big old ham. All right, and sorcerer, we get an extra cantrip. What do you think? I would say bonfire.
We can do better than bonfire.
Okay.
We could take green flame blade as an alternative. We could also take, let's see here.
I think green flame bane would be good.
Mending or mold earth could also be strong options.
All right. And now you're on, this is, okay.
Yeah, I think let's go with green flame blade.
All right,
you have a different type of damage you can attach to your sword in certain situations.
Yep. And different element too. And now we have our sorcerer spell, which we get the extra cantrip here.
Yes, we do.
Ooh, wait a minute. I take that back. We get another full level spell, second level spell.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, sorry. We just took the cantrip. All right, what do you think here? I'm going to go ahead and go with hold person since it's part of the build. You can quicken hold person and then when
probably should have taken hold person first, to be honest.
That's fine. And then they're paralyzed and you get those criticals. So
great.
Quicken hold person, that's your bonus action, and then attack with your greatsword for 1 billion damage. All right. Leveling up to level 5. You know what this means. You know what this means.
Oh, I know what it means.
I know what it means too. We're going straight for... Okay, I want to preface here. Haste could be great.
Haste is a fantastic spell. It's definitely worth taking.
But if you want to be the leveler of battlefields, Fireball...
You want to take Fear. Fireball.
Fireball will inflict fear on your enemies.
Fireball is always the right choice.
So Fireball, you can quicken and then still attack with your greatsword.
Yeah.
Haste is fantastic too. It's another option you can get another full attack on, but we're just gonna go with Fireball because reasons. All right, and that's all for that level. We're gonna go ahead and level up again. Our last level of Sorcerer. In this case, we will have another level. We're gonna take Haste is good for the melee.
Yeah, I would take Haste.
Sorcadin here.
Definitely take Haste.
Haste, and then we will also unlock at level 6 our ability to summon the Hound of Ill Omen right here.
Ill Omen.
Spend 3 sorcery points, summon your Hound of Ill Omen, and you target creature within 120 feet, and whenever they're close to it, they're close to the enemy. They get disadvantage on your hold person and all this other crazy amazing stuff.
It's really powerful.
Yeah.
And it's such cool flavor that Rock is going to be running around with a Hellhound that he summons.
That's right, yeah.
See, he's always got a friend.
That's his friend.
That's who dies
nobody
with him
else.
in combat.
It's a solo campaign. It's just...
Just Rock and a boy and his dog.
Rock and Little Mick Bun Muffins Jr. All right. And last level to get you to level 9 here is going to be the last level of Paladin. And this will allow us to choose finally our oath. I believe I mentioned we're taking the Oath of Conquest. Lots of cool oath options. Really choose whatever is going to be more flavorful for your character.
Yeah.
Or give you the most presence on the battlefield or out of the battlefield. Here, you can use Channel Divinity. You get one of to make them frightened. Rock wants everybody to be frightened of him, so you can just go and stab them all. And then or Guided Strike, which can give them the +10 bonus to attack to the roll.
Which is amazing.
Good way to use your...
I think that's a great choice.
So, Oath of Conquest. And there we go. There is the full character build. 3 levels of Paladin, 6 levels of Sorcerer. You can replicate it yourself. I think it's pretty awesome. You'll be mostly attacking with your greatsword, have a whole host of utility with your spells.
Yeah.
And, wow, have fun. And kick ass. So, all right. I hope you like this character build, character template. Leave a comment below. Let us know if you liked it, what you would do with a Paladin Sorcerer, because I'd like to know.
Yeah, and even drop in the name you want for our next character build.
Yeah, if you want to see us go through something.
Yeah, if you drop a name down there, we'll throw it up here for our next character build.
Or like even just a character name.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, great. Yeah, give us a character name. We'll try to build a character out of that. I guess.
For sure.
Interesting. All right.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Rock McBunmuffins is successful. He is now a real D&D adventurer.
Yeah.
And, he's just going to kick all sorts of ass in all sorts of darkness. And we love him already.
Okay. Thank you so much. Remember to smite that like button. We'll see you next time.
See ya.